now gonna cast this game essentially, and I think we're going to knife round now. Oh no, it should be live.
Yeah, this
There's
is
no knife round
live.
in this.
Yep.
Yeah, so
Look
I
at
just wanted to point out.
Mahone, he was so nice. He took a shower even before this match. He wanted he could have came in dirty for this game, but he just wanted to come in squeaky clean because he cares about the viewers too.
Hey man, it could be a three mapper here. It could be a three mapper here.
When I call you a man of the people, I don't lie. So Cobblestone is our starting map. Not a crazy choice, but still not a typical first map that we've seen. I feel like.
Yeah, and it looks like UCLA here. They're going straight up middle, extremely fast strat.
Very quick.
As they're going to be going straight into the site, and Boulder have already kind of rotated in, but UCLA going to get some trades here. Bugsy finding 2 here, and Bugsy, I don't think he normally even plays on this roster, so they reached in deep for the roster here.
Yeah, this is definitely a bit of a deep reach for them, but definitely they need it now more than ever. Good shot right there, pick off from Solgoat, and it's going to be him and Flakes that are going to be taking on the last remaining player, and that's going to be Gimp. Gimp, though, has an opportunity with that USPS if he can hold off. The problem is the bomb is on the other side of the little shed right here, so tough position and tough play for him.
Yeah, but if it's anyone who can win this round for UCLA, it's definitely Gimp. He's definitely a really strong player, and he still has 56 seconds left. He's going to take some shots, but Flakes Lamal going to be taking him out. And that's the first round of the game for Boulder.
Yeah, it's a good start. Obviously, good position too as well to kind of jiggle around that ridge right there, making it as tough of a shot. If you got that shot, it would have been a headshot, but definitely a tough one to hit unless you really have that nice pinpoint accuracy. Opening up a nice buy for CU here in round number 2. What are your thoughts on Cobble? It's been a while since we talked maps.
Yeah, I also want to just bring up a little bit how the vetoes went down for both these teams. Boulder vetoed Inferno, UCLA vetoed Overpass, Boulder picked Cobble, UCLA picked Cash, and then Mirage is the third random map. So overall, I think a decent map pool for both teams. I think UCLA is actually pretty good on Cobble, so I'm a little surprised that Boulder chose it here just because the T side can be so dangerous, but looks like Ghost, you're going to be working in towards the drop. It gets taken down by How Did You Know? But Crazy Pancake trading back.
Yeah, this is going to be close because he's got a player with 7 HP. He's trying to play it really patient and get some support before anything else happens. Actually, I think that's a great idea. How Did He Know? He backed out as well out of that drop area. So, though we do have the other 2 UCLA players on the other side of the map, and Bomb looks like it's creeping over to A as well. So Monty, it's going to be up to him and Solgo to hold this down as they probably try to squeak and sneak on in here.
Yeah, they're just going to be holding a little bit. I assume what UCLA is probably going to do here is maybe get Crazy Pancake to take some contact at B, and then they're going to come out A after.
Oh. Yeah. Might want to watch out walking out over a bunch of little SMGs right there. And so Crazy Pancake, though, with a nice deagle, manages to catch How Did He Know? Obviously down to 4 HP. Wasn't a lot left to really pick off of him, but still 3 players alive for CU right now holding down. A really tough position for Bomb for Crazy Pancake to acquire. And all they need to do is just spot him. I think he just saw him. Yeah, Solgo saw Solgo saw him and Solgo disappeared. Bomb will get picked up. Monty's being very careful because he's down to 2 HP as well, but manages to get him with the backstab right there while he turns around looking for Flakes, or sorry, Bugsy. That was very well timed. Well timed.
Yeah, a decent force round for UCLA though, being able to get 3 kills on that round. So it's not like Boulder's economy is going to be super good going into the first gun round. But we'll have to see what UCLA kind of decide to do here, as it's going to be just some P250s. Not too much of a heavy investment here, so I think Boulder should be able to clean this round up pretty easily with their SMGs here.
And interesting, yeah, it looks like they're not going to try to pile rush some kind of a strat, but they're definitely looking to take this over to B. I don't know, when you're on this much of an eco, do you want to just like rush on out? Like on T side, do you want to set up? Do you want to go for a quick, try to rush in and plant? What do you look to do, especially on the 3rd round of an eco?
Yeah, just because you're working with so little, I actually feel it's better to kind of just waste the CT's utility as much as you can. And actually a good drop play here is actually going to take down How Did He Know and Flakes him out. Going to try to come in with that MP9. But so far, UCLA just holding drop. And yeah, like I said, I don't think it's really the best idea to kind of just rush things just because you get bombarded by utility all the time. So kind of just wasting that and drawing that out of the CTs and maybe trying to get some lucky kills is what you do. Is exactly what Gimp just did there. taking down Bugsy, and now they have a bit of a foothold into this round.
Yeah, nice trades already so far, being able to take 2 players out and applying a bit of gun on them. So nice battles that they're taking, though, very well with 2v1, 1v2, and so they're really trying to work the numbers advantage anytime they could take these fights. And now we're down to a 1v1 somehow with UCLA having bomb. Down to Solgo to see if he could actually end up taking this round back, but looks like a plant will happen, so already a nice victory for UCLA regardless. They'll get that extra money, and it's up to Solgo. Here he comes.
Yeah, Gimp doesn't have any armor though, so Solgo should have the advantage here, as he also does have a kit. He can just be extremely patient.
Oh, wow. Very well played.
Yeah, beautiful from Solgo there. But like we mentioned before, like this was an extremely costly round for Boulder. Only 1 alive going to this first gun round, so pretty much whoever loses this gun round is going to be put on the save for the next.
I agree with you. Sorry, I'm looking at one message that I'm getting a weird important PM. Okay, never mind. All right, we are completely back. But yeah, that could have been a round definitely for UCLA. Obviously, they were, you know, had to work their way up in the round, starting on eco, but really well played. Now that they got the full buy, they're in a much better position, and they got that extra money from the bomb planting. So here comes them spilling out. Already a good opening right here, and how did he know? It's really up to him, but he ends up going down. You've got Monty coming out from dropping the back, as well as Flakes trying to help out. The Ridge! Not able to do it completely, but they do reduce the numbers down to 2v2. Op on Solgo from the back. Let's see if he can get some kind of a pick off. But it's going to have to be a big time shot for him to hit it right here. Lots of smokes impeding vision. 2
HP on Scott Sterling as well. So this is going to be a really tough hold for UCLA at this point, as Boulder just playing extremely patient, waiting for Scott Sterling to peak, but he's just not going to at this point.
And time is running out, so they're going to have to make some moves. Throwing out a big flash to try to drop him. Scott Sterling does end up going down. Gosu does end up evening things out. So big plant. No, he's going to stick at 3, 2, 1. Oh! And Solgo gets the shot. Back-to-back clutch rounds from Solgo. Getting kills, getting diffuses, and a little bit of extra insult to injury. He gets that kill right there at the very end too as well. Well played. That's called composure right there. Unbelievable.
Yeah. I actually thought after Gimp got those 2 initial kills that it was just going to be a UCLA round, but I think it was Flakes who was towards the site. He actually got 2 important kills, making it a very possible retake for Boulder, and once again, 1 alive. So this is again a very important round for both teams.
Well, round number 5, a little bit of a slower play coming out from UCLA now, as they're risking potentially falling into another eco here if they lose this round. But Gosu creeping up on drop, trying to find out some additional information. How did he know those? Right below him, right by boxes, just waiting for a flash, waiting for some movement to drop down to give him the confirmation that they're all coming down. Meanwhile, on the long side of B right here, you've got a lot of firing through the smoke going on. Down to 9 HP, Bugsy getting really hit. But how did he know? Picks off Gimp, hits that drop down shot. He's got Gosu still up there, but bails out, waiting for support for his teammates. Very patient play. Meanwhile, over on A side, you've got Crazy Pancake actually getting the pick off. Gets 2. Monty and Solgo goes down, and now it gets really tricky because look at CU overcommitting back over towards A side to defend this, while they still got players that potentially are over at B.
Yeah. And now it's a 2v3 situation. The bomb's going to be coming in towards A, though, as Crazy Pancake waiting for that peek from Flakes Lamau. You actually saw him, and he's actually just his gun sticking out. Oh, this is so tense. Do you peek that? But no, it looks like Ghost is going to be taking down Bugsy. It's all down to Flakes Lamau, left in a 1v3 situation.
Tough
He's just
spot,
going to drop down.
With an op too.
Yeah, and actually, if you can find this first kill on the Crazy Pancake, this might be a doable clutch here, as he actually reads the player coming out mid, but Oni-chan taking him down. Very doable clutch, but yeah, like we mentioned before, with the rounds that Boulder has won, they're just pretty much on force territory here, where they have the pistol armor or they just save twice.
Well, that's a
And
good
it looks
round.
like
Yeah, it was a great round for UCLA. I think they were on the verge of it a couple rounds ago too as well, but they finally executed it completely. Those pickoffs from Pancake were big though, over on A side to open up and force that commit back over towards the A side. So, bomb though getting dropped in the back. Looks like a default setup from UCLA this time. Now that they've got the economy, the guns, they're looking to stay patient. What are your thoughts on Echan as a opper, if you have any?
I think I've played against him a couple times with him with the op. He's definitely not like a super primary opper. Like he's not known for that, I don't think, but he's still a very capable opper. And I'm pretty sure on this team he's also calling too. So
Ooh, look at Gimp. Getting a couple nice pickoffs. Yeah, and could be a really dangerous player. Gimp obviously a big factor in these games and throughout the season for UCLA. But here comes the rest of the UCLA squad trying to come on out. Gosu gets dropped. Meanwhile, in drop down, you might have a little bit of an engage with Crazy Pancake. How did he know? Does get that headshot as well. And now we're down to a 4v1. All left to Flakes and a Deagle and a Dream. Can he do it? Probably
yeah,
not.
it's looking extremely
Probably not. You've got like, well, hold on.
Ooh.
That's good because yeah, now he could just run away, right? You could just save.
Yeah. He can just save this AK and maybe make something happen in the next round because you never know sometimes. Sometimes all you need is just one gun to kind of make some of these miracle rounds happen.
Well, it's funny.
And Flakes them out so far.
Yeah, well,
yeah, I was about to mention that.
During the Georgia State game, like I feel like a lot of what St. Clair was doing to try to keep themselves alive was using his player Con to just save AKs and like round after round. He ended up being the one that like last survived, but at least it allowed them to have guns in the following round and gave them a chance to fight much better off than they would have been probably if they were on full eco or something like that. So, interesting.
Yeah, it's gonna be kind of interesting to see what Boulder decide to do with this gun. Like, how do they approach the next round? Because a couple things they could do is they could stack this gun towards A, just leave it alone, and have everybody else go towards B. That way, if the T's go B, they run into 4 people. If they go A, they run into the gun, right?
Yep.
So we'll have to see what they do here. Maybe he decides to get aggressive and tries to get an opening kill. We'll have to see it. I'm gonna be spectating him. He has a decent mid spawn as well, so he could look for a fight here if he wants to.
Going towards B though, interesting. Gonna keep it close range, but the whole entire team's coming with him though as well. So this is all gonna be interesting to see how quickly does Gim find out all this information about the whole team being all over. He sees one, drops one, but still not enough information to make a bigger move to get everybody else moving towards the A site. Smokes off. There's some shots going on, but at the same time, again, you can't tell all the numbers that are going on over there. You still got a lot of T's floating over towards this B side, but slowly as Scott Sterling hopefully creeps up, they're going to find out that this whole A side is completely open and that CU Boulder's on an eco outside of Solgoda, obviously. Well, I guess Flakes, but yeah, now that Flakes is down, Sol picked up the AK.
Yeah, they should know this is eco regardless, so they're just UCLA just holding, just waiting for some aggression here. And I think Boulder's best shot here is maybe to just try to save this AK regardless of what happens in the round, because but it looks like Monty's going to take down Gosu, so this is going to actually give them maybe a bit of an edge in this round as 2 T's are working their way up straight towards middle, and that's exactly where the AK is.
Oh, is he going to be able to spot them in time? No, he doesn't. The AK goes down. All pistols remaining, now heading back over towards A. You see Monty and realizing Bugsy as well that nobody is over here. So how did he know? Comes out of the smoke, gets dropped. No peekaboo action going on over there, and now it is all down to the remaining pistol. Actually, an AK there left too as well. Was that the one that was dropped earlier from Solgoat? I think.
It could be. Yeah, I think it might have been because. Actually, no. What am I talking about? No, that's from Drop.
That's from Drop.
The one that that was from Drop because Gosu died in the round.
I like this positioning though, even though Boulder's kind of bailing on the round. They got Monty looking for the close exit frag. Meanwhile, you got Bugsy saving the AK all the way up in tower.
I actually think what Monty's trying to do here is there's one more remaining AK that's by that mid area, and he's probably going to try to pick it up as the bomb blows it towards the door. To see if he actually goes for it, because the AK is there, and actually, yeah, it does fly into connector. He should run and go pick that up right now. Does he realize it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
he's like, huh? What the hell? Just pops up. To get you guys caught up on some of CU Boulder stuff as well, in the spring side of things, they had victories over Treen, Georgia State, Ontario Tech, Case Western, UT Arlington, Toronto, and CPAC. Meanwhile, over on the fall side, they had victories over Utah, Washington, Michigan State, Minnesota, Wisconsin, Nevada, and Maryville. Also interesting to note, CU is one of those teams that this year they were put into that mixed conference both semesters. So they never ever got to play like a true regional play either. And so I don't know if that falls into their advantage that they didn't have to play more West Coast teams, but just kind of something interesting to note. But as they come out on over to B, 3v3 scenario here. Scott Sterling drops Solgo. Remaining players kind of coming over to drop, looking to get over to door side, but they have all eyes on them all from everywhere. This is going to be really hard to enter for them.
Yeah, Bugsy still has a smoke and a Molotov, but this retake's going to be extremely difficult, especially with Scott Sterling with the op at Platt. Ghost is going to find how do you know. It's all down to Bugsy, left in a 1v3, and that's rough. He's going to find the first kill. He might be able to find the second. He does. And does he read that Scott Sterling's around sidewalk, though? And I don't think he does. He still has a smoke. Could be able to try to pop this in, but Scott Sterling, he's going to peek and get the easy kill. And almost.
Lieutenant Dan, I got shot in the buttocks. Unfortunately, yeah, he goes down. 4v4, a good recovery from UCLA. I like this. This is bound to be a fun one. I think this is how it's going to be probably almost both maps, maybe even all three maps, just back and forth.
Yeah, Boulder here, they're going to be on a bit of a half buy, knowing kind of just deagles. And I assume they don't want to buy armor here to get all the utility they can for the next round. They'll have almost full loss bonus, so either way though, UCLA are going to be holding extremely passive, only trying to spot the shoulder of somebody at long A. And now Boulder might just decide to regroup, but Gimp finding another kill at B.
Poor guy. Not going to survive this round for sure. Interesting, Ani-chan on the way back, all the way back from A side, manages to get a pick off as well, and so yeah, this is going to be hard. I want to say at least the goal for CU now should be to at least try to get one gun down on the players, two if they get lucky. Heard somebody get dinked. I think that was Gimp down to 6. Oh, a little bit rough taking some of those big shots from Flakes at the moment, but still looking pretty strong. All the T's are still surrounding the B-side plant, and very tough entry right now. And there goes Flakes, not able to get the CZ down shot either, and Solgo, while he's going to creep up, Scott Sterling's got it.
I'd go for the knife if I was him. I'd go for the knife, get the money. Oh no.
Look at you, line them up, baby. Line them up. Manages to get a gun, obviously being patient right now, doesn't want to peek and get killed before he can possibly pick up a gun.
Oh no!
Oh! That's unfortunate. We've just waited long enough for the bomb to go off, but just enough time for everybody to come over and rotate over as the gun got picked up. That's really unfortunate. That was, again, for the scenario that they were in, that was a good play by Solgoat once again.
Yeah, and it was so unfortunate because that gun would have went further if the stair didn't exist, because it got stuck on the stair.
Yeah,
but looks like Solgoat.
What the F, CSGO, Dennis? Come on, remove the stairs, damn it.
Yeah, Solgoat actually threw a deep B smoke here, so it's probably gonna be pretty likely that Boulder takes long B control here. And I like this part of them because UCLA have just been running long B the entire game so far.
Gimp gets boosted up. He might find themselves a Bugsy or Flakes if they pop out. Gosu, though, through the smoke, or sorry, down and drop down, manages to get a kill right there with a headshot, so very well done by them. Bugsy, though, trades out on Echan. Gimp and a nade gonna help him take that one down, and that means the remaining players are Flakes and Monty over here on B side, but no big commitment right now from UCLA. Do you like this, that they're playing this so patient and looking to maybe meta them and go over to A?
Yeah, I think the right call is to just go over to A here. What I would do is sell a fake towards B, keep 2 towards B, and then try to 3v1 this guy at A. But Solgoat, he does have the op here. He is in a good spot to be able to find at least 2 kills, but he needs to get his timing right here.
Solgoat would have had a really great position if he stood up there on top. on the roof.
Yeah.
Now he's trying to play the really close positional game here if anybody pops out of A. Obviously, he'll see if anybody comes out on the shed side of things, but he's also got Monty right here. He's going to get smoked off, throws a flash. Doesn't look like he's going to go through it, so that's a safe play. Solgo not able to hit the shot. Now he's going to try to take the close-range pistol fight. Monty, though, takes two. Pancake Scott Sterling. Maybe Gimp with a molly down.
Oh my god! Look at he's not even looking at him. I think he crashed or something. And that's going to be a CU round, but...
What happened?
Oh, I don't know if they really deserve that.
Gosu that just didn't see him, or...
No, I think Gosu crashed or something because he was just looking into the wall. And the funny thing is that Flexum almost just like walked by him without even seeing him. That's a really unfortunate round to lose.
Yeah, it must be a technical issue because we took a technical pause right there. All right, one sec. I gotta blow my nose, Mahone. You take it away.
Yeah, I was just about to mention there that Solgo had actually missed a really important shot that he needed to hit, but fortunately, I believe it was Monty holding from the heaven, able to find 2 kills, and then all the stars aligned essentially where Kosu's computer crashed. So overall, maybe a round that Boulder shouldn't have won, but they're gonna win it, make it 5-5 now. But UCLA, they still have a lot of money, and they could reset Boulder here.
Yeah, I mean, definitely taking the opportunity that was given to them, and yeah, you could definitely tell that there's a big issue that he had to disconnect. We're starting to see that a lot recently, just like random things that just keep happening with internet connections, disconnects, verification issues. It's really unfortunate when it happens in playoffs because these matches are so important. You always wish that all the technical issues would go away. But it's like a correlation to CSGO. It's like CSGO can never start on time. The bigger the match, the more technical issues. If it's LAN, obviously nothing is going to go right ever. So, but yeah. Who did we predict after this too as well for their winner? I need to pull up the bracket again.
Who do they play against? You mean?
Yeah, who they play against? Sorry, I can't English today. They've got the winner of Wisconsin and UCI. I think we picked UCI for that, right?
Yeah, we said that, or at least I think we agreed that UCLA is probably going to win this, and if they end up playing against UCI, that will be a really close match, but UCI will probably edge out very slightly.
Just looking at the bracket, yeah, down the road, it could be interesting because right now you've got as well in that same region of the bracket, UC Riverside playing against Carleton, and there's a chance that obviously Carleton, kind of our dark horse pick, if they continue going on through, one of these teams might meet them down the road as well. It's kind of an interesting section of the bracket.
I just looked at what's going on with UCR versus Carleton. 15-10 right now for UCR. I have to say I'm a little bit surprised.
Ooh. This could be fun. Maybe we overrated Carleton. Maybe we just don't know anything going on in CSGO or the CSL. I feel like every time we look at the bracket, we're just like, oh, we got that one wrong. Just like, damn it.
Well, I mean, we did say that one was going to be a close game, though, we did say it was going to be close.
Zach is just like, yeah, just don't listen to me anymore. we're not doing any more predictions, but CSL is still on a state where it's like really unpredictable with some of these matches. Only really the top end teams do well. But even then, this past weekend, Cooney Baruch against Toronto went to 3 maps. It was close. I couldn't believe my eyes watching that game. But here we go. We are back in game 5-5, round number 11. Trying to get into a little bit of drop-down action right here. Monty is trying to pin him from one side. Gets right here. About to turn around, find himself some more, but not able to. But how did he know? Right there waiting for him. Not able to follow through completely with the spray, but Onijan completely by himself with 9 HP. Not going to be able to make it out as Flakes finishes him off. Another good round from CU right there.
Yeah, and fortunately for them, they had the right setup there for that strat that UCLA had. Pretty much having 4 towards B, 2 towards the drop side, 2 towards B, and they were able to just isolate the kills pretty well. Because then all the long B guys came out way too early compared to the drop guys, and CU Boulder was able to take advantage of it. But again, like I said, UCLA had so much money from that previous round that they're still gonna be able to have a full buy here.
No, you're completely correct on the calling of the setup. Like, I think it's really smart that they've started putting a little bit more bodies on B and kind of this almost double drop down hold where you got one kind of on the outside over towards B side, and then you got one over in the kind of the connect. Is it, what do you call this area right here? The connector area. So yeah. So I think that's really smart because with everybody flowing out of there and with so much pressure on there, you need multiple guns and covering that whole entire area. So. Another slow setup from UCLA right now. Full A K-buy from their side. You got a lot of long distance usage right now from CU on the defensive end with the double op setup. Let's see what happens here though if they actually end up committing to this. It looks like drop down might be the spot. Here comes the molly. Here comes the drop down. And how did he know? Can he hold this? Oh, he gets one. He gets two.
Might even get a third here, but only time pretty well.
But he gets help from Flakes. Meanwhile, spilling out on the long B side of things. Gosu comes out, drops Bugsy. Molly will put him over to the other side. The flash makes the vision way too complicated for Gimp, and now it's all down to Gosu right now. We've seen him do it before. Can he do it again? Nope. Soul goes like, nah, it's cool. I'll just keep clutching these late round scenarios over on B.
Yeah, and once again, UCLA, they're just going for these B hits, and their drop players have been doing a really good job of holding it down and getting those kills. And also the B plat players, like the guys by Fountain and Statue, they're doing a really good job of falling back and recognizing when they need to fall back. And especially in that particular case there, the bomb was actually dropped towards them. So they knew that they didn't have to be too aggressive on it. But it looks like UCLA here going for a fast A. And they might catch him by... Ooh. Monty only able to find one though. And Crazy Pancake able to find how did he know? And Solgo is gonna get taken down as well, and that just should not happen.
Scoped at the wrong place, wrong time, and yeah, now this is a really big problem from CU. UCLA completely taken over. It's one. Good start to recover. They got one outside, bomb is planted. Gimp looking from the long range. Gimp is going to have the best shot here. Does get Flakes. Might be able to get himself a second player right here. I think he saw Bugsy come on out. And Bugsy, though, keeping an eye on him as best as he possibly can. Let's see if he could clutch this out. No, Gimp too quick with the op. I mean, wow. It's like CU had the position. They had the boost. They had everything. And just were not able to hit the shots to hold them off. They just all spilled out and too many people taken on at once.
Yeah, and I would say Solgo probably should have just stayed more towards the long A area and just locked that down as opposed to trying to fight middle. Because by him losing his life there, UCLA, they pretty much have all of A site. If he just stayed alive long there, that retake would have been possible. Yeah. And Boulder, they're going for the back here.
I don't see this often enough, sorry, it just makes me laugh. They just like basically set up like a little choo-choo train right there, CTs. But which opens up obviously B completely, UCLA with a nice gamble read right there, and they get a quick plan over on B, starting to pick players off on each end as well, but he goes down. Not a huge loss, but still unfortunate to lose a gun. Gimp trying to go for more blood here as he's trying to get maybe up to a 4K if he could get these last two players. But quick nade. Pings How Did He Know down a little bit. Oh. Solgo falls, and then the final player gets him 4K for Gimp. Very nice round from him.
Yeah, he was just A-mapping all those guys essentially, and like we mentioned before, I think we've always said that Gimp has always been such a great player for UCLA, and his rifle is just insane. So not surprised to see that he has, you know, essentially 20 kills in the half already.
Oh, no kidding. Wow. Yeah, he not only does he essentially, he does have the 20 kills already before half, 20 and 2. Very hot start for him. Four-man setup here on the CT side for B. We got looking to try to get in there. Gosu looking to get some shots through his smoke. Doesn't find anybody, at least with his timing. Interesting setup over on A2 as well. You got Solgo pushing up towards the long side with who is that watching him all the way from over there? Scott Sterling. But you also have potential backstab with on each hand if he can get in there. And he's pressing through pretty quick. But nobody's noticing that Solgo is right here just waiting for him. And so he'll just crawl up over on the A side like nothing's going to happen. Solgo will find out so much information with the bodies and people walking around over here. We'll have to hear that jump. Now he's going to back up. Nichan already over on A site. There's still a play at B, but you can see slowly the UCLA Bruins rotating over towards A side, and Solgo, it's really going to be up to him. Gets the first pick off on Scott Sterling. Now he's got more opponents coming over here, and see if he can pick them off as well. Drops one. Almost gets a third, but that's a great defensive start for them.
There's no way they expect Oni-chan to be in sight here already. No way. But Monty's going to find the kill anyways. That's so surprising, as Gimp going to trade back onto Flakes here. And now it's a 2v3 situation. Gimp actually has B control here, so they're just going to bring the bomb all the way back towards B. And Bugsy, this is a big kill, and Gimp down to 7 HP. Oh, the HP on UCLA is so low here. And this could go either way at this point.
Yeah, Gimp playing like a man right now in a man's game, and so really well done. But both of them, yeah, down to 18 and 7, so any little sneeze, any little baby molly hit could really do some horrendous damage to them. How did he know? Creeps on up. Takes a shot. Gets pancake. Gimp's still in the back over there. Not able to get the trade off, even though he got first shot at him. So, good composed round from CU right there. That could have gone really badly, but I think it all started with Solgoat right there, opening up the defense over on A side, holding them up.
Yeah, that was such an awkward round too, because at the same time it was a really good read by UCLA, because Oni-chan, he didn't actually check the T side of long A, because Solgo had never played that spot at all in the half. So he was just expecting him to be in sight somewhere. So he pretty much got himself into a spot where he walked all the way into A site, couldn't find anything, and then Solgo found a kill middle. But the thing is that Solgo, there's no way he would have known that Oni-chan like essentially walked by him. So that's why it was such a weird interaction where the CT's coming into the A site. There's no way they'd expect Oni-chan to be there, because, well, Solgo's still alive towards long A, right? So yeah, it could have been very disastrous for CU Boulder there if Oni-chan was able to get, you know, even a kill or two. But regardless, they're able to pull it back and make it 8-7. And I don't know, this is gonna be an interesting half, because I'm not so sure if CU Boulder's T side, if it's gonna be really strong or not here against UCLA. Because I think UCLA, I'm thinking that the CT side is probably gonna be a bit better here.
I'll take that. I'll take that, and I like your analysis. But what we really want to know, what are your thoughts on the drastic CS:GO changes that we've been seeing as of late? What are your thoughts on the Negev?
It's not actually out yet, right? It's just in beta, right?
Is it beta?
Yeah, I heard about it. Yeah. Yeah, it's supposed to cost 1,700, right?
Yeah,
so essentially,
it's less accurate. You're less mobile with it when you're shooting, and it does less armor piercing too as well. See, Zach said he thought, you know, just trying to make the gun more playable, but I wanted to say that they're actually trying to push out the gun to an extent, just because it's like, the gun's not great already as it is. It's obnoxious, but it's not great. Now it's going to be technically worse, but only a bit cheaper for 300 what cheaper, or is it? Is it 2,200 or is it 2,000?
It was 2,000 before. Now it's 1,700. Now it will be 1,700. But I think one of the other changes was that the recovery time is supposed to be shorter, so you're supposed to be able to burst more with it, right? So I don't know. It's gonna be.
I mean, define bursting with the Negev. Like your first two bullet, like your first bullet hits the roof. Your second bullet hits your downstairs neighbors. Like sure.
I guess it really doesn't matter too much.
Burst away with the Negev. You know, eat your heart out with that gun. Eat your heart out with that gun. It's like,
yeah, look at the setup here. Look at the setup here from UCLA. Yeah, 4 towards drop. There's like read this like a book here, and there's no way CU Boulder gets away with this round.
Yeah, that was great. Able to catch them at all angles right there, and now that they're trying to come on out, almost stacking on top of each other, almost a TK scenario right there. But Oni-chan finishes them off with the 2-piece and 8-8. We are all knotted up, boys, on the first map.
Yeah,
Cobblestone actually tends to bring out really good CSL games, like as of history in the CSL.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Like the
UCSC versus San Jose State,
San
right?
Jose State, and then yeah, that was the quad. I think the most notorious.
Yeah, quad OT.
The quad OT game. I was losing my mind that night just watching that, and it was the late night game too as well. It was a late night game, and so we just kept going into further OTs. So funny. But here we go. Big A push coming out from CU. Not a lot of bodies on the UCLA side, and Pancake bails. Yeah, that's smart.
This is so weird. Why is Crazy Pancake playing in the rat hole area on this kind of round? Because it pretty much just gave CU Boulder the A site. They're gonna get a bomb plant out of this, and now this is a doable round.
And already a pick off, dropping one player right there. Nice boost play. Almost gets a second with the CZ. You've got Scott Sterling trying to peek on out, but he's got to deal with a lot of different players here. You got Solgo defending really nicely. Can he get behind all of them and do some good damage? Already drops two. Bugsy drops the other one. And now Bugsy with a third. How do you like your Deagle? Oh my god.
Bugsy, oh my. He's not even like the regular fifth. He's just the guy that got to just sub in for this game and just went huge with the 3K of the Deagle. But like I said earlier, I don't know why Crazy Pancake was playing like the Heaven area solo A, because Boulder just ran up on them and he had no information on it. Pretty much they're in the site by the time that smoke dropped.
To think about, I think Bugsy would be their now regular fifth though, because just due to some of their technical minor roster issues and scheduling, I think Bugsy would now be their regular fifth for playoffs. So it is kind of cool to see him having a little bit of a coming out party. Just because obviously CU didn't have to play their round of 48 game, they got a bye. So we'll see what happens here. But Solgo trying to get some shots to a smoke, just drawing some of the attention of UCLA. UCLA not panicking, not budging, but they are kind of tilted over towards B side at the current moment. Yeah, once again, Pancake kind of playing that area. Not great positioning, but here they come. Let's see if CU could get through this.
Yeah, and UCLA, they forced up like I expected here. And Boulder, they're playing extremely conservative here. They don't want to run into any stacks. As it looks like it's going to be a little bit of a fake towards B. Flakes them out, just going to throw that smoke towards long B, and everyone else is just going to go towards A. I like this call here.
Yeah, this is nice. Throws smoke, still throwing a lot of fire, completely drawing the whole attention of UCLA over, but they do notice something is wrong right here because nobody else is coming out right now. Pancake getting over to A side here. They hear all the noise that should be coming. And now let's see if they can get any pickoffs. Quick drops, pickoffs as well. Solgo, Monty dropping Scott Sterling and Pancake. Now it's all down to Onichan and Gimp. Not a lot of guns, not a lot of utility on them. Maybe a tough retake. Onichan gets blasted in the dome. He falls, and now it's all down to Gimp. What do you think? Vegas odds on a 1v5?
I mean, if he had a kit, then maybe. But
yeah, if he had the kit, of course, that's the missing piece.
Oh my god! It almost looked just a little bit doable. They actually want to send him a message, though. They want to knife him. Gonna get that $1,500, so overall not a bad idea.
Yeah, that's funny. Just like, is he gonna do it? Is he gonna do it? I don't know how many 1v5s in the history of CS:GO have happened in like professional games. Do you know, or like how rare?
It's rare, but it has happened. I think there's maybe about maybe 4 or 5 probably that I can recall. So it's not super uncommon, but it does happen.
I just can't ever recall ever seeing that in the CS:GO game, like a reverse.
Well, I'm sure it happens. I'm sure it happens, just not the ones that are streamed.
Yeah. I just never ever seen one in CSL yet. So, nice little molly right there. Going to push out Scott Sterling just a tiny bit, but he's still peeking out on the outside. We do have Monty and Solgo looking to press over here, but Monty with a nice shot on Gosu. Gimp right there on the edge as well. Has to be careful. Doesn't want to catch an incidental headshot. The rotate's coming off, coming over. Pancake now looking to drop down. Meanwhile, Scott Sterling on the B side of things looking to drop down as well. You do have a couple players on CU looking at A, and they have the bomb still kind of in the middle. And so with all the attention drawn over to them, they will probably head over to A with the bomb. But Monty's still in here, will get dropped as well. And now, a little bit of life, I want to say, for UCLA. They could pick up a couple guns if they notice the other ump right there. Can grab that as well on the exit out for Gimp. Yeah, I think he's going to grab it. Oh, he doesn't. Never mind.
And actually, Scott's going to fly right through the smoke, but just going to get taken down by how did he know? And it's all down to Gimp here in a 1v3, and you know, maybe this round's a little bit possible. I mean,
Deagle in a dream.
Deagle in a dream. And no, he's not gonna find it.
Keep dreaming. keep dreaming.
Overall, really good start. Really good second half start for CU Boulder here. The money's looking pretty good, and this is gonna be the first gun round here. And the question is, are there gonna be any ops on the CT side? Doesn't look like it. Just gonna be 5 rifles, and CU Boulder can have a bit of a bonus round here, and we'll have to see. It looks like they're all heading towards B now.
Yeah, big choo-choo train going down the long side of B. It doesn't look like too many people are looking to drop. This is going to be a big moment for Gimp to see if he can defend all of this. First player gets dropped by Gosu, and that goes Flakes. Gimp is right on the outside of all of this, and he might be able to find himself some really nice kills up close. As they pull out the nades, times it out well, not able to get that final one, but really just leaving Solgoat and Bugsy, the only remaining 2 players to deal with all this. Bugsy and Solgoat, though, taking 2 out. Now it's down to Pancake and Bugsy in a 1v1. Let's see what happens here. Can Pancake clutch it? Can Bugsy drop, pick up the bomb, and get some extra money with a plant? Woo!
Bugsy.
Bugsy,
I mean,
straight hot fire
if they,
right now.
I mean, if they should just make this guy their permanent 5th at this point. If they beat UCLA, just make this guy their 5th, man. This guy's been coming in pretty huge so far.
There's one thing I need to check before we praise too highly of CU right here. We're just gonna have to make sure that nothing fishy in regards to rosters. But at the moment, we're gonna continue to praise him.
I'm sure it's legit because I mean I remember Bugsy playing like 2 years ago on Boulder.
It's a long time ago. How did you know though? Anisha ends up taking him down. Yeah, I'm gonna have to like search like the Colorado B team just to make sure we got nothing fishy going on here, just in case. Yeah, you know, so I don't want like, you know, like Georgia Southern throwing a riot in our Discord if they find out something fishy was going on in the match. So, shout outs to Georgia Southern. We can't wait to have you guys back next year on the D1 side of things. Looking at UCLA right now, still ecoing up, just looking to maybe get some pickoffs and some guns. But it's definitely going to be probably an L for them this round with crucial necessity and victory over the next coming round, in round number 22. Because that could be the game for them if they're not able to execute well over these next couple rounds.
Ooh, Monty finding a good kill. And he might be able to find a second on Gosu. He does. And it's pretty much round over for UCLA. As Scott's the only person remaining, and Monty gonna find him as well. So beautiful 3K from Monty. He's really stepping up this match as well. So 13-8, and you know I think Boulder, they're in a pretty good spot to be able to win this map here.
Yeah, getting in a good position, but I think it just comes down to this round right here. If UCLA can hold, maybe they can turn things around, but for the time being, they are stuck where they're stuck. Alright, I'm checking the Colorado D2 roster. Let's make sure nothing's fishy going on here. Nah, looks like we're legit. We're good. We're good. For anybody wondering, we're good. We just double checked and confirmed. No fishy stuff going on. Wow. Quick pick off from Flakes. Not bad. But he also has Gimp right there on the backside of the smoke, going to be waiting. Flakes also took a lot of damage right there, down to 10 HP. They're still playing very patient. I really, you know, when you see some of these really high-level teams, obviously when they do these quick executes, it's great. But when they play patient, it's so interesting to watch just how disciplined they are. Because you know, it's just there's times when you watch CSL games where it's just pug strats, a lot of running towards one side, trying to get flashes, trying to get smokes, and it's just very sloppy. This is a lot cleaner to watch from this level of competition and these level of teams.
Well, I mean, to be fair, I mean we're at the point where
they're not
they're not
UBC. I was about to say they're not UBC, but I mean.
Well, I was about to say it's like, you know, it's like at this point we're in the round of 32 of playoffs, so you know generally more of these teams are gonna be able to play, you know, this type of CS, and especially since both of these teams, you know, they play on ESA and stuff like that, so no stranger for sure. But UCLA here, look at the stack. Look at the stack here. They actually have 3 guys towards A already. They're gonna just completely give up the B site. They have the read here on this. It's gonna be really tough for Boulder to get into the site at this point.
Good greeting party for sure. Definitely a great read on their part. And this could come down to Gimp. If he goes through the smoke, takes that risk, he might find himself a few kills right here. Peekaboo goes down,
What?
but CU cleans up the rest right there.
I don't understand how they're able to win that round when there's 4 guys at A essentially.
Yeah.
Definitely a bit sloppy on UCLA, and I think Crazy Pancake might have overextended a little bit too much from the A site, because if he just stayed there, if everyone in UCLA just stayed where they were, just had one guy take contact, that's a 1 round, because there's no way they'd be expecting 4 players there. But here we are, 14-8, and CU Boulder looking to get on match point here, as they're just going to hit it with a straight B hit. And this might work. How does he know? Going to find Gimp. Might be able to find Oni-chan as well, but Oni-chan finding a 2-piece. And Scott Sterling finding another one. 2v3 situation, and now, and
Nice
UCLA,
shot
they
from
might...
Solgo.
Ooh. Scott Sterling is also going to get taken down by Bugsy as well. It's Crazy Pancake all alone now.
Behind
1v2 situation.
Oh, takes a big nade right at the feet.
And it's going to be really tough for him. He still has a couple of grenades here.
That's smart.
Only an though, and that... Ooh.
Smart from
Yeah.
Bugsy to pull out though for the time being. Oh, Molotov though. Man, dodges the second nade again. But oh, Crazy Pancake had to know he was there. We'll try to take the fight. Drops Bugsy. It's all down to Soul Gold. He's been clutch. He's still clutch. When it's cold, when it's cold in Colorado and it snows a lot, like it does in CU Boulder, Soul Goat wakes up in the morning and he just pisses excellence. He just spells clutch in the snow in the morning. he's just been way too clutch these rounds. I mean, really incredible stuff coming out from CU this game, and I think that's going to be, unless something really miraculous happens from UCLA, I think this is probably CU's map.
Yeah, and as expected as it is their map pick, but I have to say I'm really surprised at the level that Boulder is bringing out. It almost makes me think that they're just throwing their ESCA matches and just, you know, bringing their top level for CSL.
Hold on, just I had to deal with some bad eggs in Twitch chat, looking to spoil the match for everybody. People just can't have fun, man. Ever try to watch a show and you just know somebody that like loves to spoil the show? I know way too many people, and I don't like any of them to do that. But here we go. See, trying to get on through. Nice little pickoff. Solgo miracle shot through the smoke. Wow, drops him, but Gosi also takes down Bugsy. UCLA technically back in control of this round. 3-on-3 scenario left. We have How Did He Know creeping up towards long A. We got the bomb as well trailing, looking to get an opening. Gosu though sticking over towards A side, kind of hot peek and jiggling a little bit, trying to gather some information. And now he's going to go back towards over to side. No, decides to crawl on up. I think this is good because he's going to find out more information quicker with him being up so far. He'll hear the movement.
Oh, this is gonna be so weird. Look at this.
Maybe he's up too far. And you got
The
Solgo
teams
too
are
as
actually
well.
gonna walk into A site. Teams are gonna walk into A site. Gosu, this is a very important kill between Solgo and Gosu here. Whoever finds this kill is probably gonna win the round. Oh, there it is. Gosu retains mid control here, and UCLA should be able to have this retake as both players are in the site.
Put a ping in. Gimp, a nice shot. UCLA drops the remaining CU players, and that's going to be a run back to them. Never mind. Well played from UCLA.
Yeah, they're gonna stay alive here, but Boulder, look at the money that they've accumulated. They're still gonna be able to buy for another round here, and maybe 2 actually, as they got the bomb plant as well. And
Also, I looked away and I was
kind of wondering. Yeah,
I had the camera on the players running away, and I was just like, oh,
yeah.
is somebody defusing? Like,
So what if his PC crashed or something?
oh god. PC crashes and get a 16. I think like UCLA would throw a riot and ask for a remake of the round probably at that point. But nice little victory right there from UCLA. That keeps them in the game, gets them more money. On each end now has got a Zop on him too as well, so that's a benefit for them. Looks like we got a bit of an A push and setup coming out, but we do have 2 players already with on each hand looking to get an op shot over from the lower side of A. And Scott Sterling not going to end up the benefit of that one. Oh, wow. Nietzsche tagged him. Nice job. Bugsy falls down. I guess he was already tagged, so made it a bit of an easier shot. Now gets the high ground position. Gonna get some help from Gosu as well, rotating, but UCLA once again showing the patience. CU showing the patience. Tossing the bomb back to Monty. Looks like Gim took out Flakes on the other side of the map. Ooh.
Yeah, this should definitely be an A hit at this point, but Sogo gonna find Oni-chan. It's now a 3v3 situation, and Monty gonna be moving up towards the site, and how did he know? He needs to be able to find this kill onto the site, but Monty takes him down regardless. That's a 3v2 situation.
Tough retake position. Smoke and a molly, keeping them from getting on play. See, now with the bomb plant, gonna make it that much tougher. 2 players on site, gonna make it really hard for them, as well as Solgoat with the op on the backside. He did excellent in his position last time. Misses the shot though. Can't get second one. Not able to get the second one either. Giving Crazy Pancake a chance to live, but not that much longer. Solgoat finally finishes off the round. Excellent performance from him and Monty on this map. I mean, that was just way too much fun.